Difficulty walking is one of the biggest complaints that I encounter among people with knee arthritis. That may be difficulty walking for exercise, going to the grocery store, or doing fun things like taking your grandchildren to the zoo. But don't worry, it doesn't have to be that way. In this video, I'll share 2 simple exercises to help you walk longer with less knee pain. So let's get started. One of the biggest reasons for knee pain when walking is not necessarily from bearing weight on the joint or from bending and straightening your knee, but rather from twisting between the 2 bones, such as when you're doing this type of motion. That creates friction between the 2 joint surfaces and can lead to pain, inflammation, or even wearing down of the joint. So in order to stop knee pain when walking, you need to prevent excessive twisting motions at the knee. Now, the reason those happen is not necessarily a function of the knee, but rather of the hip, foot, and ankle. And so the 2 exercises that we'll go over in this video address strength in the hip as well as strength and mobility in the foot and ankle. So the first one, we're going to work on the push-off motion when walking. When you load weight onto your foot, you should pronate or flatten your foot just a little bit, and that helps make your foot a good shock absorber. However, when you go to push off, your foot needs to come back into supination to make it a rigid lever so that you can in fact push off of it. However, if you stay in pronation too long, then you're unable to get the power to push off. That also creates a lot of stress on your knee joint and twisting between the 2 knee bones. So for this first exercise, you're going to start out on one leg and you're going to push off using the glute and the calf of that leg while landing on this other foot. Now when you land, you want to dome your arch like this. That'll help prevent excessive pronation as you land on this foot. So you're really working both legs. You're pushing off of this one and practicing landing on that one. Repeat this for 10 repetitions on one leg. And after you've done 10 repetitions, then stand with your arch domed on this leg and do a very slight lift, just lifting your toe up off the ground. This also strengthens your glute while balancing over this leg, keeping your arch domed and preventing your leg from twisting. So to see it from a front view like this, you're going to keep your arch domed, lift the back leg up, squeezing the glute, and notice the knee isn't wobbling inwards like that. If you feel like your knee's coming in or you're feeling really shaky on your foot, it is okay to slightly hold on to something, but again, you want to work to be able to balance on one leg as quickly as possible. Now, after you've done the leg lifts on the first side, then step through, push off this leg, land on the other one, just like you did before. And repeat that for 10 repetitions. So push off and land. Do about 10 repetitions. And then repeat with the opposite leg. So dome the arch of the stance leg, slight lift of the other one, and lift off 10 times. And then you'd step again and repeat that with the other leg. I would do that for at least 5 sets of 10 repetitions with both parts of the exercise for both legs. That's a lot of repetitions, but walking is an endurance exercise. And so you don't need your muscles to work incredibly hard, but you need to train small muscles to work for a long period of time. So that's the first exercise. Now, another reason for excessive pronation or flattening of your foot is due to stiff calves. If you don't have flexibility in your calves, and particularly your gastrocnemius, as you step through like this, your foot can make up for that by going into more pronation at the subtalar joint. But that unlocks your foot and again makes it not stable enough to be a rigid lever. So in order to do this next exercise, it's going to be a calf stretch, but a few nuances that most people aren't aware of. First of all, you want to keep your arch domed. So make sure kind of gripping the ground with your foot like that, and then step through and keep that arch domed as you're stretching. Now you can get a lot farther if you allow your foot to flatten and toes turn out to the side, but that plays into the problem because that's actually pronation. And so make sure you're gripping the ground with your arch. Take a step forward, make sure your heel doesn't come off the floor. You do need it to come off the floor to push off, like in the first exercise, but for this one, you want to keep your foot flat on the floor, arch domed, and then hold for a minute. Then after you've held for a minute on one leg, then repeat with the opposite one. You'll dome the back arch, keep your heel on the floor, and hold for a minute on the other leg. So those were the exercises to walk with less knee arthritis pain. If you'd like more walking tips, check out this playlist over here. But before you go, if you found this video helpful, make sure to give it a like and subscribe to our channel so you can get notified of our future videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.